That was a cute post you did on Twitter yesterday or the day before. Of like the decade.
The decade?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's cool.
That was actually, I guess technically today it was at like 12:05 a.m. I stayed up too late looking for the right photos. I was like, oh, hey, this kind of writes itself. All right, here we go.
Was it really 10 years to the day?
Not to the day, but Michael and I started dating at the very beginning of 2010.
Oh, wow.
And here we are now.
And I did everything I could to break you guys up, and it just didn't happen.
What was it? Like every time you would visit, Becca would end a relationship or like something would go wrong in her current one?
Yep.
Every single time?
Yeah. And, I guess it was just like Gavin would come every 6 to 12 months, and it was just the cycle that my relationships were on. But
The expiration date had hit.
Probably 3 or 4 that happened, and it was pretty funny. One of them being like ending an engagement, so it was very remarkable, and Gavin got to bear witness to that.
I know on this one I gave you warning. I was like, just so you know.
Yeah, you didn't want to meet him.
I'm gonna come back. Hold on to your people.
I think you didn't meet Michael until I think we were already married.
Probably right.
Yeah. Was it like
I think
a
it was
holiday
at
party?
Bernie's New Year's party.
No, it was at Jeff's holiday party one year.
I'm wrong.
I took a picture with him.
Yeah. Yes.
Because I do remember, I think this is when I first started working at Rooster Teeth. It was like that first New Year's. And I remember you were coming with Michael, and I knew Gavin was going to be there. And I remember thinking, uh-oh.
It's not going to end well.
This is not good. I was like, they can't interact. They have to stay in different rooms the whole time.
So funny. It might have been the same year.
Yeah. That's the year that... No, maybe I'm thinking too long ago. I don't know.
I remember liking him a lot because he's like the most European American that I've met. He's like really sarcastic.
He has
and like
extremely dry humor, like very English style humor.
Yeah. You have to worry about offending him, and
oh no,
he will not worry about offending you. It's great.
Yeah, he's offended everyone because he's so dry that most people don't pick up that he's joking, so they just think he's an asshole, which he is, but he's also joking.
Yeah,
but
that's the ultimate cover. That's like the ultimate camouflage.
Yeah, so many times like people will just like we had a solicitor come to our house one time and was trying to like basically kiss Michael's ass to get money, and Michael was being sincere, but he somehow still came off as like this dry asshole. And
we're not interested in whatever you're fucking doing.
It turned into this guy being like, "You fucking nerd!" Like just railed on him.
Jesus Christ!
And Michael still gave him money somehow. But, yeah,
that's the ultimate sarcastic remark.
That Girl Scout never came to your house again to sell cookies.
You never got those cookies.
No.
Thin Mints. Shit. Do you guys ever wish that you kind of like not developed a personality trait, but like decided on what kind of person you wanted to be earlier on so that you could be that way now? Like Gus, you from like very early on in Rooster Teeth were known as like not mean, but grumpy, or like you like put up with no one's shit. So now you could say things and do things, and it's like totally in your brand.
Right, but I'm not as grumpy anymore. That's the thing.
But like if you act that way, you're not going to get shit for it.
Right. That's true.
That's like
true.
part of your personality trait.
So like I already claimed that.
Yeah.
And I can
I totally did that when I moved countries.
I guess
you reinvented yourself.
I just added a few traits. I was known for just being very quiet.
Yeah, you've
like,
changed.
Shy
you
and
were
quiet.
also you were young.
Yeah. And then when I moved here, I was like, I guess no one knows that I'm like the shy, quiet one. I could just not be.
You're in America. You get eaten alive if you're the shy, quiet one.
Yeah.
You can be pretty quiet still sometimes. Like right now.
So I did that.
What about you? Is there something you had in mind?
I guess it's more difficult for like women to say things that are mean or like come off as bitchy, because then we just get labeled as bitches. To put it simply. But like I look at people like Gus, you, and Michael, who could say these like terrible, mean things, but people think it's funny just because like that is like your personality trait. Like,
lovable asshole.
Like that's how we were at Comic-Con, and that kid wanted Michael to yell at him. I'm like, why is no one asking me to yell at them? Come on, man.
You gotta be unafraid to unleash your inner bitchiness.
I mean, that works.
2020, new Barbara.
Do it.
That works when everyone's in on it. But I've been in situations with Michael where like most people know Michael, but like one person doesn't, and they're like, "What is wrong with this guy?"
This guy's really angry.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. What about you, Becca?
I don't know. I feel like I've established, at least like within my family, a reputation of being like bitchy. To where when I'm not being bitchy, they take it wrong and still think I'm being bitchy.
Are they like, something's up?
Yeah.
You're hiding something from us.
Where I'm like, no, it was sincere. I'm sorry. No, I do like your hair. Yeah.
You fucking nerd.
Now, is your hair supposed to be that frizzy? Oh, bless your heart. That's a look.
What I do wish though is that I'd had a better like sense of like how to do my hair and makeup and not pluck out all of my eyebrows from an
Girl.
earlier age.
I look
Yeah.
at pictures from there's like this trend going right now of like you at the beginning of the decade versus you at the end, which is your Michael post. But just like seeing so many people do things like that, like overpluck their eyebrows, where I did the fucking like raccoon eyeliner thing up until I was probably 17 or 18.
But was it in then though? Was it just like a thing of the time?
I mean,
it was.
I feel like
it was
tons
a
of people
style.
had.
I just
thin
like never
eyebrows.
really wore makeup. I didn't know how, so I didn't exactly make mistakes. But I look back, I'm like, I could have looked a lot better.
Especially you and I who have like fair hair. Like we have no eyebrows or eyelashes, or at least I don't. So I got to fill them in all the time.
My eyelashes are so blonde.
Same. So it's knowing to do something makes you look a whole lot different.
Oh yeah.
It's weird, that you're talking about that kind of trend that's going around right now where people are posting like yourself in 2010 and yourself in the new decade. I didn't do it just because it's like I already feel there's so much video of me out there anyway, as it is.
You also look the exact same.
I'd look way shittier now, but you can watch me slowly age and die. Like if you have an afternoon, you can put together a YouTube playlist and watch me slowly become more decrepit.
Could someone make that, please? Just Gus through the years.
Gus dying in slow motion, or Gus dying
Time
sped
out,
up.
Gus.
Just get 10 videos, one from each year, from 2010 to current.
So it made me wonder. Like I was trying to think back, like because I couldn't remember exactly when we started the weekly video podcast, like doing the podcast live. I had to look it up.
It was, wasn't
2012?
it end of 2011 or early 2012?
It was
September.
It was September of 2012.
2012, gotcha.
Or maybe it was October. Right, end of September.
I remember because I think I was on one of the first ones on this set.
What episode number was it? Like
It was
the
185.
Okay, I was thinking the 170s.
That's funny because I thought it was 175, and I looked and I was like, oh no, it was 185. What are we at now? Like 566? 570?
Jeez.
571?
571.
Jesus.
Yike.
I remember it being weird when we did the first, because you'd already done video ones back in the day,
Yeah, we've done
they're
a couple of
special
pre-taped
editions,
ones.
right?
Yeah.
and then just like had the set made and all that stuff. And I remember it being like a huge deal. Like there were people like going like, oh, good show, guys. You can have a great one. It's like we do this every week, just not filmed. Like it doesn't really, it shouldn't feel any
Much higher
different
pressure when you're filmed.
Well, it's different when you're live, though.
Yeah, that too.
because you can't just sit like this.
Well, you can.
Yeah, doing audio only
Death
podcast
Stranding.
versus video podcast is a completely different vibe. And I think that's why a lot of people tend to prefer one or the other.
Yeah.
Because like with this kind of podcast, you're very aware of the cameras on you and the fact that people are currently watching it. Whereas if you're just audio podcast, you could just like, yeah.
I mean, the
What's
live
up,
thing
guys?
I think changes it much more than the video thing to me.
I think it's the video component. Just like I have to sit up straight and I like face the
Yeah.
camera.
I'm gonna have terrible presence in this episode because I don't have a monitor to look at. There you go. Like
We
this
had
whole time.
we used to only do them on special occasions initially because it was like all me who had to wrangle and edit all that footage on my stupid shitty slow computer. It took like 3 days to turn it around. I was like, I'm not fucking doing this every week
Why didn't you just make Brandon do it?
because he wasn't working in broadcast stuff at that time.
Is he in live action?
Yeah, there like the podcast was only me at that time. It sucked. it really sucked.
And now it's all of us.
Now
And
we're
now it's
here.
Just
all of-
kidding. It's them. It's all of
It's a huge group of people
much
sitting
more
over there.
talented, capable people.